Hey YouTube, this is Miss Butterfly coming to you live and direct from my deck on this beautiful, 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 beautiful Memorial Day evening. The sun is shining, it's warm, the birds are singing, the breeze is blowing. It's a fantastic day, and I love, love, love this type of weather. But I wanted to come on today and talk to you guys about, actually talk to my sisters, the queens in exile, the queens in training, and even those queens who have ascended to their throne. I think we use the word queen very loosely in the so-called conscious community, and I say we use it loosely because we use it in hopes of engaging and expanding the consciousness of the sisters that we come in contact with. But the truth of the matter is that most women that we speak to and may refer to as queen have not yet ascended to that throne. There is still a lot of practical work that needs to be done in many of our lives. You know, we've got the concepts, we've got the theory down, but the practical work in making or creating a queendom is something that we really haven't, that we're really learning to perfect on more of a larger scale, not just those talented tenths or, your Oprahs or your Iyanlas or whoever else you may idolize, but in the lives of regular women, many of us have yet to attain that true queen status. And honestly, I think the reason why that is because we're afraid. I think we're scared. We're scared to do what needs to be done in order to secure the lineage of our children and our children's children. One thing that I've come to discover throughout my research is that, especially in ancient Kemet, which is the most well known and probably the most cosmopolitan, I guess, of all ancient African civilization. In ancient Kemet, the royal bloodline came down through the mother. It was a matrilineal royal line. And so, with that understanding that royalty comes through the queen, we then have to begin to apply very practical ways and methods of interpreting that concept. What does that mean, that royalty comes down through the queen? Well, most of us, myself included, have, skills that we can work in the public sector, maybe the private sector, government, nonprofit, law firm, retail, whatever. But we don't use those skills in our homes to create the base for our children to build on and for their children to build on. We talk about building in this community a lot. I want to build with you, sis. I want to build with you, bruh. Peace, God, Hotep. We need to build. If we're not building, I don't want to talk. Well, we can talk about building, but building ain't talking. Building is building. Building is doing. And for many women, for many sisters, I think that the fear of, oh my God, how am I going to make this happen? I don't have a man, or whatever, the money ain't right, whatever. All I hear is the ancestors asking, what is in your hand? What's in your wallet? Like that commercial. What's in your wallet? What do you possess within you? Your intellect, your creativity, your skills, your passions, your curiosities, your hobbies. All of these things are tools that can be used to create wealth, from first with your family, then out into the community, because that is the pattern The pattern is self, family, community or clan, then the nation. That's how it goes. And so I know for me, it's really kind of under wraps. The ancestors really just have me keeping it very close to my heart. But trust and believe that I'm not spitting any rhetoric at you just, to make a cute little video on YouTube or whatever. But I'm really seriously about this thing. And it doesn't have to be like check it. It doesn't even have to be complicated. It's not like reinventing the wheel, or not the wheel, but the wheel. You can look at government, you can look at these business families, at these political families, musical families. Shit, you can look at the mob. You can look at you have all of these examples of a family that created business, that created wealth, that was perpetuated throughout the family. And they were able to expand and do. That's how the so-called men who built America, we all know, that that's some bullshit, because it was our ancestors and the ancestors of the native people who were here first who, built America. But, according to popular history, the men who built America, what they did was they kept it in the family. They kept it in the family. And I guess that's my whole point. It's like step one for becoming a queen, for ascending to the throne of queendom, is, of course, first doing that deep inner work, which is always an ongoing process. It is always something that, is being brought up to the surface, something that, needs to be dealt with and healed or expanded or done away with or whatever in your life. That's an ongoing thing. Then it is teaching your children and sometimes telling them. I'm a very liberal parent in so much that I allow my children to express themselves the way that they need to, of course, within limits, but I want them to be able to express themselves. But when it comes to building a legacy for the family, there are no options. This is what you're going to do. Now, I'm going to give you some leeway as far as how you're going to, make it happen. But this is the role that you are expected to play in the family. Especially with my children, they're older. But if I had been in this place mentally when they were younger, I absolutely would have been gearing them towards, enterprise and entrepreneurship and business, and keeping it in the family so that we can make effective changes in the community. We got all these conscious, gurus, teachers, master teachers, healers, practitioners, and all that, and their lives are raggedy. They have gifts. It's just like it was when it was in the church. When I was in the church, people have gifts. People have natural talents. They have areas of energy flow that just come very naturally to them, that don't really require very much effort on their part. And raw talent can get you a lot of places. But as far as the whole picture, bringing the whole picture together, and making sure that life and ministry or service, to mankind, that all of these areas are working cohesively, so that maximum impact can be made. And so that's really just all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to discuss with you, because I really want to investigate and embody the true nature of a queen. Like, I see my family as my greatest resource. And no, I'm not trying to pimp my family out, because I have plenty on my plate, to definitely negate any thoughts of that. But I did come up with the idea, and I understand why I'm the one that came up with the idea, because I'm the mom. My mother is older. She's entering into her crone years and her matron years. So it falls to me to say, okay, well, this is where the family's going from this point on. That is the way it's supposed to go. And, I have every intention of embodying that queen energy from the inside out. No pretense, no compromise, no hypocrisy, even though that's not in my nature in the first place. But my goal is to be as authentic as possible. And I come from royalty. Like Maimuna Youssef says, we're already royal. It's in our blood, and I believe that with my entire being. So to my queens, to my sisters, to my queens in exile, my queens in training, my queens who have ascended to the throne, I say Ashe and Hotep. Peace.